Morning, a lone wanderer here. I don't know, this is probably part five of my JP peltonen M95 Sisipuco. Um, as you know from my previous videos, I've run into quite a few problems with it. Obviously, due to the size, the width of the handle. Uh, so my last video I did was the plan to use ebony, African ebony blackwood, um, which is incredibly strong. Um, so I've videoed it in preparation, put the pins in everything, but when I came to shape it, I wasn't happy with it. The handle scales, as I'd feared, was far too skinny, and there was no way to pack it out. On top of that, I made a schoolboy error, a massive error as well, which kind of slowed me down a bit. Which was when I, when you glue the handle slabs, whether it be in wood, hardwood, micarta, whatever. What I usually do, which is a lot of knife makers do, is they drill little dimples. So imagine this is the scale. So if you drill little dimples into the wood prior to gluing, so when you clamp it all together, it stops a lot of the glue from squeezing out when you come to clamp it, and it also adds to the bond strength as well. So it's what I've been doing for a while. So obviously drill the dimples in, put the pins in, and then clamp it up, ready for dry for 24 hours. So when I did that, I made a massive error, which was I glued one of the scales the wrong way. So it was dimple side up instead of dimple side down. And unbeknown to me, and I don't know why, I must have been bloody half asleep again, I glued it and I started to clamp it, and then I realised when I looked back, I thought, you know what, that's actually the wrong way. But it was too late to do anything about it at this stage, and I wasn't prepared to take it apart again and wipe all the epoxy off again. So I kind of had to let it set, and what I thought was, well, the dimples aren't very deep anyway, so I thought when it dries and I come to finish the reshaping of the handle, I'll just sand the dimples out. Of course, when I did that, the dimples that I put in was a lot deeper than I thought, so there was a lot of sanding on both sides of the handle scales, and it kept going thinner and thinner and thinner, and by the time I finished, I didn't like it, so I haven't got it to show you, unfortunately, because I've thrown it away. So I took the handle scales off and starting again, but I haven't got any African blackwood anymore. I've actually run out, so I'm on to, I think this is plan C now. So what I did is I lit a lot of cutting and grinding. I've reshaped this tang, leaving the holes in, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to do a hidden tang. So I've got a piece of solid oak here. I've got a few of these solid oak blocks. They're used for like wood turning and such, so it'd be perfect for knife handles, and they're incredibly durable, very strong. So what I'm going to do is, obviously I've already marked it up. That's roughly where my bolster is going to be, which is this brass bolster that I've cut out myself and obviously shaped. The final shape that finish will be until I've finished it. So obviously done a template on there. I'm going to drill straight through here, but I'm not going to drill to the other side like I originally planned. So if I can just turn this camera around, I'll explain to you what I'm going to do. Not the world's best cameraman, as you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you can see that with the light behind me. So what I'm going to do is, obviously that's where the bolster is going to go. I've drawn exactly the width and the size of where I want to drill the hole. and then I'm going to shape the hole inside with some file rasps that I've got, which I've done before, and it's not impossible, but it is difficult. Handles is slightly larger, so I think these are running about 4.5 inches, which is what I want. So eventually it's going to look something like that. So it's not going to go through, so this is going to be the hidden tang, so this is going to go actually inside here to about there. Obviously I'm going to have this bolster which I've made here. It's going to be as tight as fit as I can, and my plan is to use the original holes I've got there. It's not too weak, so still got plenty of materials on there, so it's not going to really do much in regards to strength. So I know it's not going to be as strong as a full tang knife, but I've got no choice now but to do it this way. So yeah, it's going to do a hidden tang, pins through the top, straight through here, to just for added strength. Shape it all off, and not decided what I'm going to have on as a pommel yet. Probably just another brass thing as a pommel, but it's not going to go through the pommel to the other side. It's just going to be for show, really. So that's my plan. That is the only thing left to do now, and obviously I've already reshaped it and everything, cut it down, reshaped it, so there's no turning back now. This is the only option that I've got. But it's not going to be a heavy duty knife anyway. I'm not going to be using this for, you know, heavy duty chopping and heavy duty batoning. I will be able to baton with this, but nothing too heavy. That's like 6 inches thick or anything like that. So this is, like I say, this is the only option I've got now. At this stage, I'm wishing that I never took the handle off in the first place. If I knew I'm going to have these problems, it's just, when I took the rubber handles off, it was the shape of the tang that was the main issue. If it was wider, about the same width as the blade and the tang, it wouldn't be a problem. I'd just slap some handle scales there, pin it, job's good, and you know. But because of the shape, and obviously the weird shape they add up here, and a massive lanyard hole through here, which I've cut off, it was just impossible. And by the time I finished the Blackwood scales, there was just nothing, hardly anything on the handle at all. It was just too skinny, and I didn't like it, so took it off, cleaned it all up again, reshaped it, ready to put on there. I know I'm waffling on a bit, but I'm just, for the guys who want to see the finishing product and wanted to do something similar to what I'm doing, hopefully you won't be doing the same mistakes that I'm doing. So I've not really found any videos online, YouTube, whatever, on doing anything like this, so I might be wrong, I don't know. But this is kind of my journey into doing this. I would loved it to be full tang, but unfortunately, as it stands now, I've got no choice but to do a hidden tang. And although it's not technically a true full tang, because obviously it doesn't run to the end or anything, it's not, and it's totally different thickness to what this is width wise. I'll still try and make it as strong as I possibly can, just so I can do something, a little bit of light batoning and such. But we'll see how it goes. So that's it for this video, and I've no idea what part we're on now. Probably part 5, I don't know. But I'll do my next video and show you, give you an update of what I've done so far. So fingers crossed this is going to work. Bye for now.